A few days before my 16th birthday, I was in a car accident with a drunk driver and I broke my back. I was paralyzed from the waist down, and the doctor said I would never be able to walk again. This was one of the most detrimental days of my life. It wasn't until the doctors performed a surgery to remove a piece of bone fragment that was pushing on my spinal cord. I was able to have feeling in my legs again, and the doctor said it was a miracle. Now I want to share this story with you because I know a lot of people go through rough times. I want to share with you how I've overcome one of the most difficult times of my life. Since my accident, I've had to have multiple surgeries on my back to help with my back pain. Now it's been really hard sometimes to stay positive and to keep smiling, but I know if I can do it, you can do it too. I hope that my story inspires you.
This is Shannon in recovery from her back surgery. You want to say something? Okay, sweetie. Stop crying.
When I start to feel bad for myself, or I start to think, why did this happen to me? I have to remember all the positive things in my life, like that I'm alive and that I am able to walk. So even though I'm in a lot of pain, I always think positive thoughts.
My back is still really painful, but I have my own room that my mom got me that overlooks the ocean, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, show them the ocean.
It was important for me to, have people around me to keep me positive and to make me laugh through this hard time and to keep smiling. Even if you're having a really hard time, if you force yourself to smile, inside you kind of feel a little bit better. And I would close my eyes at night and I would think of all the things that I actually did have in my life that I was grateful for, and it made me feel a lot better. And I'm thinking, gosh, this sucks, I have to have another surgery, but then I had to remind myself, ooh, I get gifts.
One thing about doing surgeries, they get lots of presents.
Not on her own, without her therapist. She's got her other nurse who's great. How you doing, Breeze? How do you feel? Okay, let's go back.
Even though I'm constantly still in pain to this day, I have to remember all the positive things that I do have. Like, hey, I get a handicap placard, that's cool. And people send me flowers when I get all these surgeries that I have to have. And you know what? The doctors told me I would never be able to walk again. They told me I'd never be able to play sports. I would never be able to water ski or snowboard, which were some of the favorite things that I'd love to do. And now I go outside and I do all the things that they told me that I wasn't going to be able to do, like water ski. And even though it really hurts to water ski, I still do it. And even though they told me I'd never be able to snowboard, guess what? I got out on that mountain, and even though it's so hard for me and it's so painful for me to do it, it makes me happy. And I force myself to do the things that make me happy because I don't want to feel bad all the time about myself. And that's how I live my life. If I can get through these struggles and these difficult times, I know that you can too. You just have to remember to stay positive, think about the good things instead of the bad things, and do things that people that tell you you can't do, prove them wrong. So just remember to keep smiling and shine on, because you only have one life to live. So go out there and make the best of it, and do it with a smile.